The whole purpose kung bakit tayo nagtitrade is to make money or to request our payout. Ngayon, funded trader ka na and you are confused on how to get your first payout with Apex or any other prop firm. So in this video, i-walk through ko sa inyo in simple terms kung ano ba yung rules inside the Apex Trader Funding para makapag-request ka ng first payout mo. Ipapakita ko rin sa inyo dito sa video na to kung paano actually mag-request ng payout because 3 of my accounts are eligible for payout. Ipapakita ko sa inyo kung paano nyo i-request yun and at the same time kung gaano ba ito katagal bago ito mapunta sa bank account nyo. So without further ado, let's go ahead. So as you can see in this website, i-check nyo etong FAQ na to. How do payout work? Alam ko nakaka-overwhelm to na pagbabasahin mo siya ng buo, pero eto, isi-simplify ko para sa inyo. So ang sabi dito, traders are entitled 100% on the first to 25,000 per account. So ibig sabihin nito, 100% yung profit split na makukuha mo sa first 25,000 mo. After that, 90% na lang ang marireceive mo kada account if naka-reach ka ng 25,000 payout. And then pwede ka maka-request ng payout every 8 trading days. Ang isang trading days is considered 6 PM Eastern Time hanggang 5 PM Eastern Time. Basically, isang buong intraday. So, next one, ang sabi, approval doesn't mean yung payout mo na-send na. Approve, it's just mean isa-send pa lang yung payout mo within 3 to 4 business days. After mo mag-request ng payout, pwede kang mag-trade agad. Pero ang problema dito is make sure na yung balance mo hindi bababa sa below kung saan anuman yung threshold na nag-request ka ng payout. Kasi kunyari, nag-request ka ng payout tapos biglang nagka-drawdown ka, madi-deny yung payout mo. So in simple terms, ang pinaka-safe way is huwag kayong mag-trade hanggat hindi na a-approve or denied yung payout nyo. So dito, after mo mag-request ng payout, basically huwag kang magsasend ng ticket kasi merong processing days. Wala kang kailangan gawin. Hintayin mo lang na i-process nila. Okay? So, nandito din yung FAQ kung paano mo ilagay yung payout method mo. So, tayong mga nasa Pilipinas or outside of US, ang ginagamit is Plain. So, ang Plain is parang payment provider katulad ng Rise na kung saan third party siya. Isesend nila yung pera mo through Plain and kapag first payout mo, magbibigay sila ng invitation para gumawa ka ng account tas i-add ka nila dun sa contractor nila para mabayaran ka nila. So, from Plain, i-set up mo lang yung payout method mo sa Plain. Kunyari, BPI yan, BDOs. Kumbaga, ang Apex, ibibigay niya yung payout mo through Plain. Ang Plain, ibibigay niya papunta sa bank account mo. Okay? So, nandito lang yan. And then, I think isa sa mga kailangan nyo malaman is that ang 8 trading days na kailangan mong i-trade ay dapat 5 of those days is actually $50 or more. So, ang first payout mo, more likely ma-achieve mo to. And kapag naman second payout mo, so make sure na yung 5 araw mo is $50 or more. So, every 8 trading days ka pwede mag-request. Tapos, ito, it's very important. Safety net for the first 3 payout. So, yung first 3 payout mo, meron kang required balance bago ka makapag-request ng payout. Ito yung mga yan. Para makapag-request ka ng payout, madalas 50K. So, ito yung pinaka-famous na plan, 50K. So, kailangan mo ng 52,600. Yan yung safety net mo. Okay? So, para makapag-request ka, ito ang pinaka-initial na requirement na kailangan mo. Tapos, if malaki naman yung account size mo, i-check mo na lang dito. Ayan, nakalagay naman dyan. Tapos, from your safety net, pwede kang mag-request ng $500. So, halimbawa na achieve mo na tong 52,600, pwede kang mag-request ng $500. Pwede mo bang i-request ang buong balance mo? No. Hindi mo pwedeng i-request yung buong safety net mo kasi, guys, kapag na-request mo yung buong safety net mo, wala nang matitira sa drawdown mo. So, ang ginawa nila, required na mag-iwan ka ng $2,100 or $52,100 para meron ka pang buffer or meron ka pang chance na mag-trade. So, again, $500 lang ang pwede mong request from your safety net. Okay? Ngayon, kung gusto mo naman mataas yung i-request mo na payout, pwede mo naman dagdagan ito. So, halimbawa, ang balance mo 55,000, then pwede mong i-request yung remaining na yon. But there is a maximum payout cap na pwede mong i-request per 8 trading days. So sa 50K, kunyari meron kang 55K balance, ang pwede mong i-request na payout is $2,000. Okay? Yan yung pwede mong i-request every 8 trading days. The higher the balance, of course, the higher yung pwede mong ma-request dun sa account na yon. So, requirement yon sa first 3 payout mo, hindi mo pwedeng i-withdraw yung buong safety net. But on your 4th payout, pwede mo nang i-request yung safety net mo. Pero provided that yung maximum pa rin is nandun. So, $2,000 pa rin. So, question, kailan mo ba pwedeng i-request lahat ng payout mo? On your 6th payout, pwede mo nang i-request lahat ng balance mo. So, kunyari yung 50K account mo naging 100K, pwede mong i-request yung buong 50K na yon sa 6th payout mo. So, paldo-paldo ka pag ganun. Ibig sabihin, sobrang consistent mo na kasi even wala pa akong account na umabot ng 6 payout. 3rd payout pa lang ang at most na na-achieve ko sa isang account. Okay? So, yun lang ang kailangan nyo malaman. This taxes thing is just for US. Kung non-US ka, kailangan mong mag-consult ng tax advisor mo kung paano mo babayaran yung tax. So, ganun lang siya basically. And next one is yung rules. Ito naman kasi is more on ano ba yung requirement. So, here, search natin Apex 3.0. Makikita mo lahat dito ng rules. Medyo mahaba lang to, so isi-simplify ko siya para sa inyo. So again, this is just new requirement. 8 trading days, kailangan mo ng safety net. Those are the mainly na kailangan mo malaman. And then consistency rule, isa ito sa mga pinaka nalilito yung mga trader. Akala nila ang consistency rule max profit. Hindi to max profit. Pwede kang mag-profit hanggang magkano ang gusto mo. Pero ang problem dito is, the more na mas mataas yung profit mo sa isang araw, the more na mas mataas ang balance na kailangan mo. Okay lang yon. Like, if ma-achieve mo yung consistency rule, that's nice, you know, that's amazing kasi meron ka pang buffer after mo mag-request ng payout. Ang easy way to calculate this is, ganito lang siya. So, halimbawa, guys, ang highest profit day mo is 1,500 divided by 0.3, $5,000. Ang ibig sabihin nito, kailangan mong $5,000 profit para maging compliant ka sa 30% consistency rule. So, sa 50K account, kailangan mo ng 55,000 balance para ma-achieve mo yung 30% consistency rule. So, ganun lang siya kadali. Compute mo lang yung highest day mo or single biggest day PNL. Okay? So, yun lang yun. Safety net for the first 3 payout. Natakil ko na to dun sa previous one. Tapos probation, di ko pa to masyadong dive in kasi never pa ako naging probation. Usually ang probation kasi guys is para sa mga laging nagkakaroon ng mga offense. Lagi nilang binibreach yung rules. So that's why you are watching this video para hindi kayo mapunta sa probation stage. So 100% payout eligibility. Ito yung 6 payout. Sa 6 payout, pwede mo na ma-request lahat ng profit mo. Okay? Trading requirement, kailangan genuine yung strategy mo, real world trading strategy. Hindi siya sa demo lang nagwo-work. So, make sure na yung strategy mo is actually working in a real live environment. Tas no market manipulation, including HFT, high frequency trading, or kaya naman exploit mo yung sim environment. Okay? So, ito mga to, di ko alam paano nila ginagawa yung mga cheaters. So, alam ko wala naman sa inyo dyan ang nag-cheat. So, hindi problem to. Mostly sa mga bots ito. DCA. So, DCA is allowed. Kunyari, nag-enter ka sa position, nag-move against sa'yo, pwede ka pa rin mag-add. The only problem here is that kailangan kapag nagdi-DCA ka, responsible ka sa pag-DCA mo. Meaning, kailangan mo pa rin mag-comply sa 30% profit at saka sa 30% negative PNL. So, ano ba yung 30% negative PNL? Mamaya i-discuss natin yan. Contract size consistency. So, contract size should reflect consistent trading approach. So, hindi pwede yung erratic spike. Kunyari guys, nagtitrade ka 5 mini. Okay, 5 mini tas magda-drop down ka sa 1 micro, kaya 2 micro. So, dito sa example na to, sabi nagtitrade ka ng 10 contracts tapos the next day, nagtitrade ka 2 contracts para lang makakuha ka ng payout. So, hindi pwede yon. Kailangan consistent yung contract size mo, hindi basta-basta malaking fluctuation, no? Habang tumataas yung balance mo, yung contract size mo pwedeng mag-increase. Yun yung isang example ng scaling strategy. Syempre nga naman, malaki yung balance mo, malaki yung buffer mo. So, okay lang mag-increase. Pero kung nagdi-decrease ka for the purpose of makakuha ka lang ng payout, that's not allowed, okay? Hindi pwede yan. Tapos, scaling, okay? Half contract until threshold. So, ang threshold, guys, yun yung safety net na tinutukoy ko. So, ang threshold sa 50K account is 52,600. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, half lang yung pwede mong gamitin hanggat ma-achieve mo yon, okay? Hanggat mag-stop yung trailing drawdown mo. Dito, ang max allowed contracts is 10 contracts. Pero dahil nga half lang, 5 contracts lang ang pwede mong gamitin hanggat ma-reach mo yung trailing drawdown threshold. So, okay lang yon in my opinion kasi bakit ka magte-trade ng 5 contracts sa 50K account? 5 contracts, pwede mo ma-blow yung account mo within 1 minute kapag merong 30 point or 40 point move. So, para ma-blow mo yung account sa 5 contract is 25 points. And nangyayari yon with NQ. So, what more kung 10 contracts yung iti-trade mo? So, yun yung rule na to. It just makes sense na meron silang ganitong rule. Tapos ito, risk to reward. dapat yung risk to reward mo guys, hindi 5:1. So for example nito is ang take profit mo 10 points, tapos ang stop loss mo 50 points. So bawal yon, no? Dapat yung risk to reward mo is hindi lalagpas ng 5:1. Ako wala akong gantong strategy. At most, ang pinaka worst risk to reward ko is 0.8:1, no? Stop loss ako ng 12 points, ang take profit ko 10 points. So dito sa example na to, 10 ticks, tapos yung stop loss mo hindi more than 50 ticks. So hindi nyo kailangan maging worried dito. I don't think that you should be trading like this. Siguro yung iba profitable sila sa gantong method, but personally I don't like this. Kasi isang talo mo lang, grabe, mawawipe out lahat ng mga losses mo. Okay, 30% negative P&L rule. Open trade should not exceed 30% drawdown. Example, sa 50K account, if ang balance mo is $4,000, dapat daw yung drawdown mo hindi lumagpas ng 1,200. So it makes sense guys. Yung per trade nyo or sa isang araw, hindi ka dapat matalo ng 30% ng balance mo. Kasi that is too much. Matalo ka lang ng 3 araw na 30% yung balance, mabublow na yung account mo. So kung live account yan or $2,500, syempre i-minimize mo yung drawdown mo. So for fresh account na 50K, ang 30% nun is 750. So kung bago yung funded account mo, wag mong hahayaan na yung trade mo is umabot ng $750 drawdown. If umabot man, kailangan i-close mo na siya tapos mag-trade ka na the next day. So nag-a-adjust ito guys habang tumataas yung balance mo. So the more na tumataas yung balance mo, the more na binibigyan ka ng safety net para magamit mo yung drawdown limit mo. Okay? So hindi mo kailangan mag-worry dito as long as you're trading 1 to 2 trades a day o kaya 3 to 4 trades tapos minimize mo yung losses mo to $500 a day. I think that's a good barrier na $500 a day yung nire-risk mo. It's a way for you to have a proper risk management. So, news trading practices. Pwede ka mag-trade ng news guys, pero bawal ka mag-trade ng buy stop at saka sell stop. So, dapat isang direction lang yung tinitrade mo sa news event. So, bawal mong gamitin yung dalawa. Flipping trades, ibig sabihin lang nito is nagko-close ka and open immediately para lang ma-count as trading day. Pwede naman yon, wala naman problem doon. As long as yung minimum profit mo on the day is $50 per day and 5 of those days is $50 nga para maging eligible for the criteria. So, okay lang na mag-open ka and close immediately. That is called flipping para lang ma-achieve mo yung trading day. Okay, ito summary lang ng lahat ng sinabi ko. If nalilito ka kung saan yung 30% ng account mo, ito yung calculation. So, if meron kang 250K account, 1,950 yung allowed drawdown. So, basahin nyo na lang dito. Ito pa, sabi dito, if the limit is accidentally exceeded, kunyari by accident lang, hindi naman ibig sabihin nun na yung account mo is in trouble. Dapat mag-act ka quickly to manage your trade tapos punta ka na sa acceptable risk zone. If the breach is minor and kinorank mo yon, wala namang penalty na ibibigay sa'yo. Kunyari pumunta siya ng 32% quickly, tapos kinlose mo siya, tapos nag-adjust ka na further sa mga next trade mo, that is fine. So, yun yung mainly na mga rules na nandun. Tapos dito, basically, binibigyan lang ng clarification. Okay, so mainly 30% consistency, 30% negative P&L, news trading, scaling contracts, and yeah, yun basically yung mga proper risk management in place na meron sila na kailangan mong sundan para makapag-request ka ng payout para ma-approve. Okay, so yun yung dalawa, how to request a payout, tapos ano ba yung rules sa performance account. So now that you know that guys, punta naman tayo sa pag-request ko ng actual payout. So now I am going to request my actual payout. So as you can see dito sa aking dashboard, i-click ko lang tong request payout. And kapag hindi ka pa eligible for payout, hindi mo actually makikita itong drop down section na to. And as you can see, ito yung 3 account ko na currently eligible for payout. So as you can see, I have the PA 51, 52, and 53. Lahat yan is above 52,600 balance. So let's do this now. So i-click ko lang to. And as you can see, ang maximum na pwede kong i-request dito is 561. So I'll be requesting everything. I-click mo lang yan and click I am not a robot. Then fill up mo lang to. Tapos after nyong i-fill up yon, i-click nyo lang yung request. And there you go. Nakalagay pending. Then now yung isa naman. So there you go. As you can see, wala na akong available na pwedeng mag-request ng payout, and makikita mo rin dito, payout successfully submitted. And as you can see, I have 3 accounts right now na pending for review. So if we total this one, all in all lang na request ko na payout is 2,162, and let's see how fast this can go. Usually, 1 to 2 business day magkakaroon na ng result if approved ba yan or denied, and currently they are pending, and I'll keep you guys posted kung kailan to ma-approve. So basically, na-request ko to April 1, 4:28 sa Pilipinas, and bibigyan ko kayo ng update kung kailan nila ito i-approve at kailan ba ito masasend sa bank account ko. So after doing that, let's just wait for now and see kung anong mangyayari. Okay guys, as you can see right now, na-approve na yung mga payout ko, and you can see na request ko sila back in April 1. As of right now, na-record ko tong video na to, it's already April 15. Actually, meron pa akong additional request ngayong last April 10, and under review pa din siya. But we will not include that in this video because these are the last 3 na na-request ko na meron ng result. And as you can see, they are approved. So just to give you guys a quick recap kung ano yung nangyari, last April 8, ito yung email na na-receive ko. And you can see in this email, makukuha mo yung certificate which is gonna be here. Medyo pangit lang kasi dahil sa settings ng Chrome ko. Pero hindi ganito ang itsura ng certificate ng Apex. Naka-dark mode lang ako. So I have 3 payout requests na na-approve. And na-approve sila April 8. And since na-request ko yung payout ko on April 1, it took them 5 days to have a result sa payout ko, which is something na pinaka-longest time na na-approve yung payout ko. Usually within 1 to 2 days na-approve yung payout ko, but in this case, almost 5 business days. Nonetheless, I'm fine with that. Hindi ko tinrade yung account na to until na-approve yung mga payout just because I wanted to secure that payout. Plus, with the volatility, I'd rather stay safe. And I think in hindsight, it's good na hindi agad na-approve yung payout ko because following that week, meron akong mga strings of losses na na-take. So, if na-approve agad yung payout ko, most probably my account is in drawdown right now. It took them 5 days to have this payout being approved. So, April 1, after kung mag-request ng payout, under review siya, and then April 8, na-approve yung payout. So, 5 business days. Hindi considered yung Saturday and Sunday as part of business days. So, umabot ng 5 days, which is the longest. And after that, after nilang na-approve yung payout ko, just within 5 hours, na-send na yung payout ko in my Wise bank account. So, 5 hours after nilang sinend yun, and as you can see, here's the email. So, ang gamit ko dito is Wise na payout method. So, mamaya we'll discuss that kung ano ba yung iba yung option. But me, ginamit ko is Wise. And 5 hours later, like I said, or 4 hours ata, after ma-approve, sinend nila yung payout sa Plain.com. So, tayong mga international, tayong mga hindi taga-US, ang ginagamit nilang payout method is Plain.com. Para siyang HR payroll thing na kung saan dun nila sinesend. Gagawa ka ng account with Plain.com, which is right here. Makita nyo dito guys, sa payments, sa bank accounts, under payments, bank accounts, eto yung mga sinetup ko na payout method. Meron akong BPI, meron akong Union Bank, meron akong Wise. And in my experience, nagka-issue kasi ako before sa BPI, which is something na hindi ako regularly nagkaka-issue. Pero nagka-issue ako sa BPI, sinend nila yung pera pero hindi ko na-receive. So it took them yung Plain 30 days bago bumalik sa kanila yung pera. So nag-try ako ng Union Bank, it works fine, and wala lang. Preferred ko lang right now is yung Wise account ko. It's just currently the default one na nakalagay, but if you have any other bank, I think it's fine. Kahit yung BPI, it's just that ayoko lang i-take yung risk na ma-delay ulit yung payout ko, but you can use pretty much Union Bank, BPI, or any other page bank na meron kayo. So once na binigay na ng Apex yung payout sa inyo, once na binigay na ng Apex yung payout sa Plain nyo, it's outside of their control kasi ibang company na tong Plain.com. Isipin nyo para siyang Rice. So hindi ka pala kayo pwedeng mag-request ng crypto with Apex just in case you guys are looking for crypto. So dito, bank account yung kailangan yung ilagay sa Plain. And since dito yung first payout ko, kailangan nyo din i-keep in mind na kapag first payout nyo, magkakaroon kayo ng invitation with Apex. May isasend silang email sa inyo na ini-invite kayo maging contractor ng Plain para maging officially magkaroon kayo ng account dito sa Plain. Tapos kapag in-invite kayo guys, make sure na gumawa kayo ng account. I-set up nyo agad yung email nyo, i-set up nyo agad yung email nyo, yung payment method, and also yung bank account nyo para mabilis yung process. So, just in case, kung first payout mo to, baka medyo mas matagalan just because of the setting of plain. Pero ako nga meron na ako. So, kung hindi kayo nakaka-receive ng plain invitation, usually within 1 to 2 days after you ma-approve, dun isi-send yung plain invitation. Check nyo yung junk, spam, inbox. So, just make sure na nakita nyo yung email. Kasi kung hindi nyo sinet up yung payment method nyo, hindi nyo marireceive yung payout kasi basically, wala silang pagsisendan kasi hinihintay nila yung action on your end. So, yun. Sinend nila sa akin sa USD account ko, which is sa Wise. And yung plain, basically, after nilang isend yung pera sa inyo ng Apex, yung plain isi-send niya sa bank account mo. So, as you can see here, after ko ma-receive yung pera from plain, yung plain isi-send niya sa bank account ko. And April 8 ko na-receive yung pera from Apex to my plain, and yung plain aabot ng 3 business days bago niya isend sa aking Wise account. And as you can see, nakalagay dito, isi-send nila sa April 11. And yeah, that's basically 3 business days. After that, as you can see, na-receive ko na tong Wise email. Apex Trader Funding just paid you. Binayaran ako ng $2,162 dun sa mga payout ko na tatlo. And yeah, pinagsama-sama na nila yung tatlong payout into one, which is good. So, papakita ko na lang dito sa screen na na-receive ko na yung payout ko somewhere along right here or here. It's already in my Wise account. And ngayon sa Wise account ko, ilalagay ko siya sa BPI ko, which is pretty much within 10 to 15 minutes, which is very easy. I don't think you can make a Wise account right now for Filipinos. Alam ko hindi na pwede. Itong Wise account ko back in 2022 pa or 2023 na kung saan yung mga Filipino pwede pang gumawa ng USD account or USD bank account. But yeah, if you have a Philippine bank, wala namang problema. It's the same process basically. So yeah guys, that's the end of this video and I am hoping to see your first payout. I hope you find this insightful and yeah, click the like and subscribe and comment down below in the description kung anong gusto yung makita next. Peace out.